Now, I say that a government that builds in funding fraud as a price to get good policy isn't a government that is in keeping with the American tradition. What do you say?
Well, you know, this Somali fraud that's been perpetuated in Minnesota is beyond what people can even imagine. When we finally get our mind around all of this, it's going to just boggle the American taxpayer, what they've been ripped off with here. But even more so, in the next week, we're going to vote again on an appropriation bill. I'm going to vote against this, and I will put forward an amendment to try to stop it. But it's going to have the refugee dollars in it again. Billions of dollars. This just passed out of committee in the fall, and every Republican on the committee voted for the refugee dollars except for one Republican. And I suspect overwhelmingly the Democrats will support this bill, but most of the Republicans will also vote for an appropriations bill next week that includes billions of dollars for refugees. Look, I'm all for letting people come who have sponsors who are going to work to our country, but I'm not for giving any welfare to any immigrant, legal or illegal. You should not be eligible for welfare. And the fact that we imported hundreds of thousands of Somalis who have now ripped off the government to the tune of billions of dollars is something that never should have happened, but it's still ongoing. This is going to happen next week in Congress, and most people, other than Newsmax, aren't getting this news. They don't realize that the appropriation bill next week will include between $4 to $5 billion more for the refugees that have been ripping off these programs.